Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Fire Red with only one Barpoach was an interesting solo run. Let's follow that up with another water run. Today is the day that we figure out would I be able to beat Pokemon Red with a team of only one Staryu. So I've done this run before in Fire Red, but never in Red itself. Staryu is a first form water type with some solid special attack and speed, but terrible health. I guess it's solid special attack and special defense, since special is combined in Gen 1. I'm guessing the terrible health is to make up for how it's one of the few Gen 1 Pokemon that could learn Recover. Speaking of, if we look at our level up moves, we learn Recover at level 27. Other than that, though, the level up moveset is a little bit empty. Water Gun and Hydro Pump are the only water moves that we learn by level up, and I'm really not big on either of them. I like that Swift is on the list. I figure it could be good early on in the rival fights with Sand Attack. Really though, the only move by level up that I really enjoy is Recover. It's a strong move. By TM, we can learn some better stuff, including a few really weird moves. My favorite weird move that we can learn has gotta be Thunderbolt, something I already knew about because of the Starmie that we were always using in the Pokemon Stadium Let's Play. A Starmie with Thunderbolt actually did really well for us. Anyway, I see Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, and Surf on here. Pair that with Recover, and we could have a pretty solid type coverage. I feel good about this one. Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through with the challenge, so all this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I think that our low health is going to make a lot of mid-game fights pretty hard, but by the time we actually reach the Pokemon Champion, we'll be tanky enough that Recover can get us through the fight. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Staryu. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Squirtle with Staryu so that we can do the whole run with it. I picked to replace Squirtle so that our rival would have Venusaur, probably the hardest for us to fight. I named him Stardust. Haven't thought about him in a while, have ya? So we're in the forest. You know what that's all about, right? Yeah, we only have Tackle until level 17. Now back in Fire Red's run, this wasn't so bad because Staryu learns Water Gun at level 6, but in Gen 1, a lot of water types that you have to fish up just don't really learn any moves by level up until after the level that you could catch them in the wild at. Considering this is the only generation without eggs, that actually makes a lot of sense. Staryu didn't need to learn anything from level 1 to 17 because you couldn't have a Staryu that was that low a level anyway. I mean, unless you're some dork with a YouTube channel coming by like 25 years later to hack the game into having a Staryu from the start, but like who would even do that? Let's grind up to level 17, learn a Water Gun, and sweep the Rock Gym. Yep. Both one-shots, as expected. Now that we have the free fight over, I'm gaining levels in Mount Moon. So I'm not really sure what's gonna happen first, us beating the rival or us beating the Water Gym. I kinda think we might beat the rival first, just because Misty is gonna spam stuff like Harden and X-Defend, so I can't see us doing much damage, but at the same time I know that Bulbasaur's Vine Whip is gonna really mess us up. Maybe we could beat Misty first and use the TM for Bubble Beam to overpower our rival, but it's hard to say. All I know is I want to level up a little bit while I'm in here for sure, since it's kind of a pain to level up in Cerulean itself. On our way through though, I took the Helix Fossil. I knew that if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone ask anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. So yeah, the Water Gym did not go well. This is kind of what I figured would happen. Staryu wasn't too bad, but Starmie can pretty easily take us out. I'll go for the rival fight, but I kind of get the feeling that I'm not ready for that either. Okay, so this one really surprised me. First was Pidgeotto, who never used Sand Attack, so although we took a lot of damage, we didn't lose accuracy. Second was Abra, so I took the chance to build up a full 6 Hardens before taking him down, why wouldn't I? Thanks to that, the Rattata right after hardly did any damage before we took him down. When Bulbasaur came out, I kinda figured I'd lose to Vine Whip, but he used Leech Seed instead. Twice! Yeah, he basically just threw the fight. It was an easy first try. Okay, well in that case, I'm absolutely doing Nugget Bridge then the Water Gym. The few extra levels that I'll get might be exactly what we need to get a win. Hey, we get Recover at level 27, right? I bet if we do this and then the SSN, then we'll reach that level. You know, it's funny, I didn't think that this was going to be one of those runs where I get Bubble Beam after clearing out all of the pre-rock tunnel stuff, but it's starting to look like it might be. I mean, I'll need the levels anyway. The next two gyms after this are Electric and Grass. We're not going to have an easy gym again until the ground one and the fire one, so near the end of the run. We don't learn Hydro Pump until level 47, so I really want to get my hands on Bubble Beam early. We really do need a stronger move. I decided to go after the rival while I was here in the SSN. Right away we got hit by Sand Attack, so although Pidgeotto wasn't too bad, we could just end up missing the rest of the fight. Raticate has Quick Attack, so he gets hits in early, but he can't really hurt us that badly. We missed and took more damage than I wanted to, so I just used Recover and finished it off. For some reason, when Kadabra came out, we just kept missing, so I ended up having to heal for safety. It didn't hurt us too badly, at least. Last was Ivysaur, who we had to fight with Water Gun at first, because our tackle was still disabled from Kadabra. Not only that, but we got seeded right away. I kinda thought we were doomed, but then Ivysaur kept using Leech Seed, so I kept fighting. We almost went down to a Vine Whip, but I used Recover to heal back up. The more turns I waste recovering, though, the more Ivysaur heals, so it's really hard to figure out when to take my openings. If I don't heal after Vine Whip, then I might just go down, but healing gives him a chance to heal too. It took quite a few recovers, and we even got crit once, but in the end we were able to get a really hard-fought victory. I love that fight, that was awesome. Right after that, we had a pretty easy time at the water gym. We still didn't hit hard, but at least we have Recover, so we could just out-heal them. That gets us Bubble Beam. It's time for Rock Tunnel. It's always nice going in here with a water type, knowing that the exploding Geodude guy won't be an issue. So we haven't done the Electric Gym yet, but I figure a better idea would be to go straight for the Rocket Hideout. That gets us more trainers to fight for level ups, as well as an easy fight with Giovanni. I figure by then we could easily brute force the Electric Gym with Bubble Beam, although I think we're still a ways off of being able to brute force the Grass Gym. Oh yeah, and I don't know if you can tell, but Sleep in Gen 1 is completely sadistic. You know what's nice about going to the Rocket Hideout early? It's got a power point up just outside and another one just inside. Both are super easy to get. I'm not sure what I want to use them on yet, but maybe Surf once I get it. Or Recover? I doubt I'm gonna need like 20 recovers in one fight. But most of the Elite Four is gonna be me using Surf, so maybe I should invest in that. Yeah, Giovanni was real easy. Kangaskhan wasn't a one-shot and could do a bit of damage, but nothing too serious. I've got to be strong enough for the Electric Gym now. Let's go for that, then the rival fight, then we'll pick up Surf. I'm thinking that we could finally overpower the Water Gym. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so Lieutenant Surge took less than 1 full minute to beat, as he was nearly a sweep with Bubble Beam. At least it was a funny fight. After that is the Pokemon Tower rival fight. Water Onix is new and a little tanky, but really it was an easy fight. We still took damage to Ivysaur and got seeded, but we can just brute force it with Bubble Beam at this point. Back on the road again. I'm not sure how I feel about this upcoming part of the run. I'm still fighting lots of trainers, and I'm planning on picking up Surf right before the next major fight, but I'm still worried about our ability to actually beat the upcoming gyms. The Grass Gym is going to be a Victory Bell with Razor Leaf, so they could just crit and take us down in one hit. And if it doesn't, then I think Sleep Powder will get us. Actually, wait, this is Gen 1. Victory Bell's gonna crit like every time. If I remember right, because of Gen 1 crit mechanics, Razor Leaf on that Victory Bell has something crazy like a 97% crit chance. Anyway, as for the Poison Gym, maybe we could win if they don't hit too hard. I'm not even really worried about accuracy since we have Swift, but I do think that they'll just be able to take us down through brute force. I mean, they've got Sludge and we don't have much health. I guess we'll find out. Oh, okay, yeah, so the Grass Gym went awful. I'm starting to think we're not even close to winning there. Maybe we're ready for the Poison Gym? I'm kinda skeptical, actually. Our level just isn't that high. Poison Gym. So right away is coughing, so I just started spamming Harden as he uses X attack. I figured I needed as much defense as possible in case of self-destruct. We ended up getting poisoned by Smog really early, but that's alright. I kind of wanted that to happen. If we have regular poison already, then they can't hit us with Toxic and give us the kind of poison that would doom us. Once my defense was full, I took out Coughing with Swift. Problem is, right after his Muck, who crits Sludge to easily overpower us. Alright, this isn't happening yet. Let's fight some trainers. So I'm in Silphco way earlier than usual. Trust me, I don't think we're ready for our rival in here yet, but I do want to clear the place out for levels. I figure that if I can level up a little bit in here and then on the routes near Fuchsia City, then we could brute force the Poison Gym and get a win pretty easily. Once we get that win, we could go straight for the Fire Gym, then the Grass Gym. That sounds good to me. I think it might even work out. Alright, well the Poison Gym was basically a complete sweep this time. I guess we got poisoned once, but that was the last turn of the fight, so we didn't even take damage. It's crazy how much a few levels will do. Okay, place your bets on the Fire Gym. Not on if I'm gonna win or not, like obviously we're gonna win. The more important questions, will it be a sweep? Will I even get hit? Place your bets! Alright, so first try at the fight, and the answer is that it was almost a sweep. RK9 held on, but then he used a super potion instead of attacking, so we didn't get hit. Hey, we must be ready for the Grass Gym by now, right? Okay, it wasn't too bad, but it did take a few tries. If we get hit by Sleep Powder at the start, then it's all over, because Gen 1 Sleep is just cruel. The first time we didn't get put to sleep, though, we won pretty easily. I guess we'll just go do the rival fight then. I'm worried about this one. Alright, rival. Pidgeot nearly got one-shot by Surf, holding on with only a sliver, but used Whirlwind, so we were fine. It went down right after. We got lucky with Water Onix missing at first, but it crit us before it went down, so we did take a lot of damage. Next is Growlithe using Roar, so we healed and took it out. Alakazam was almost a one-shot, but then he used a normal potion, and fainted on the next hit, so last was Venusaur. Surf wasn't doing a ton, but he still used Vine Whip sometimes. It's a bad move, but it hits us pretty hard. I was worried about if this was possible, but a crit took out a lot of his health early. Thanks to that, we could brute force him down before he could spam Vine Whip too much. I can't believe how well that went. Oh yeah, and I didn't even bother healing before fighting Giovanni, and yet we never took a hit. Let's just go squash the Psychic and Ground Gyms real quick. Well, in the Psychic Gym, we only took 3 damage. Psywave is an impressively useless move. It really does shock me at how this move is capable of doing less damage than Poison Sting. In fact, I didn't even bother healing between the Psychic and the Ground Gym. I just swept them. You think we'll beat the rival? I think we might have to grind a little first. Let's go get Ice Beam and dig the Thunderbolt TM out of storage. Maybe that'll help. Man, I really should have gotten that Ice Beam TM way sooner. I always forget that in Gen 1, it's like so dirt cheap to get that TM. Cause you know, in every other Pokemon game, it's so expensive. Okay, so this rival fight is crazy. It's a sweep until Alakazam, who beats us about half of the time. See, the thing is, as far as I can tell, Alakazam picks completely random moves in this fight. So sure, sometimes he hits Psychic twice and beats us instantly, but other times he just uses Reflect multiple times in a row and never lands a hit on us. The problem is that I've gotten to Venusaur 3 times now, and every single time we've just lost because it was a critical hit. If I remember right, that move only crits like 1 in 4 times, so we've gotten pretty unlucky. Although again, Gen 1 crit mechanics are a little different, so maybe his chances of critting are higher than that. I'm just gonna have to keep trying until it doesn't crit. I don't think this is gonna take too long. Here we go, 2 tries later, and he used Vine Whip instead of Razor Leaf, because he hates winning, I guess. It's just another one of those weird fights where you either take no damage or you get one shot. So we're a really low level for this part of the game. Normally on first form solo runs in Red, we're like around level 70 when we get here, but I guess the benefit of Special being a unified stat in this game really does help us out here. That said, I don't think we're winning yet. I know there's no way we're beating the Pokemon Champion below level 70, but my hopes is that we can at least beat some of the Elite Four to make the grind easy. Now that we're at the Elite Four, let's take a look at our stats. I mean, there's no way we're beating the whole Elite Four at this level, but I think we can make some progress. Lorelei might be hard, but I don't think that we're gonna get brick-walled and need to grind again until Agatha. Agatha's kind of a mess. Make your final guesses on if we can win this or not. Let's do this. First is Ice Trainer Lorelei. Right away we hit Thunderbolt for half of Dugong's health. It hit us pretty hard with Takedown, and then we finished it off. Cloyster was nearly a one-shot, but she just used a super potion, so we took it out right after. Next was the first one that really had me worried, Slowbro. We crit for a one-shot though. Nice, didn't have to worry about it using Amnesia. After that is Jinx, who's actually a higher level than us. We crit Surf for awesome damage and she missed, so she went down. Last is Lapras, and right away we hit another crit for awesome damage, just to get body slammed, become paralyzed, and then get slammed again to faint. We were so close! Alright, so on the next try, most of her team just didn't attack us. Lapras was still agonizing because we kept hitting ourselves in confusion, but instead of finishing us off, she just kept using Confuse Ray while we were already confused. You know what? That went a little bit better than I was expecting. Second is Fighting Trainer Bruno. I figured that we at least get hit, but nope, didn't take a single point of damage. It was super easy. Third is Agatha. Right away, the first Gengar takes less than half of its health and damage and hits us for about half of our health with Nightshade. But then it uses Dream Eater while we're awake to waste its next turn so we can take it out. Golbat was a one-shot with a critical Ice Beam, and next is Haunter. I used Recover just in time since his Nightshade hurts us for about the same as we heal. We hit Thunderbolt, almost went down to Nightshade, healed up, but then we got put to sleep and hit with Nightshade again. We woke up with only 23 health to make his Dream Eater miss, spammed Recover while he wasted time with more Dream Eater, and then we took him out. What a comeback. Arbok hardly hurt us with Bite, so we took it out, and last was yet another Gengar. It's straight up faster than us, and confuses us right away, so we start taking confusion damage. But confusion didn't last long, so we could heal. That's when she hits Toxic, and I knew I had to get aggressive. I was petrified after we got confused again and started hitting ourselves badly poisoned, but thankfully we pulled ourselves together just long enough to hit Surf a few times and get the win. That fight took so many tries, it's pretty much just all Dream Eater and Hypnosis luck. Fourth is Dragon Trainer Lance. This fight is absolutely crazy. Right away, Thunderbolt is a one-shot for Water Onix, it's a great start. Ice Beam isn't a one-shot for Dragonair though, so after she wastes a Hyper Potion and we hit it again, it uses Agility to become faster than us, then hits hard with Dragon Rage. Ouch. That's a third of our health gone. We took it out. Next is another Dragonair who hits a critical slam to take us to red health, so I started using Recover, but Dragon Rage really hurts us bad. Weirdly enough, it was him using Hyper Beam that finally gave us the chance to heal enough that we could start fighting back again. We even got him to use another Hyper Potion before he went down. Next is Aerodactyl, who I should have just used Surf on, but I used Ice Beam without thinking, but we lucked out and his Hyper Beam missed, so we just took him out on the follow-up. Super lucky. Last is Dragonite, and I thought this was in the bag when our Ice Beam didn't take him out. That's fine, he used a Hyper Potion, we can try again. Second hit leaves him with a tiny sliver, and he uses Agility, so he's faster now. Next round, he outspeeds us and uses Hyper Beam, knocking us out on the last few health points of his last Pokemon. Oh, that literally could not have been any closer. That was insane. Alright, well, a few run-throughs of the Elite Four got us to level 65, and by then, most of the fight was just a series of one-shots. It wasn't bad at all. Finally, the Pokemon Champion. You're not ready for this one. Pidgeot uses Whirlwind that does nothing, so we take no damage. Next is Alakazam, who hits Psychic, but went down in 2 hits of Surf. After that is Rhydon, who uses Horn Drill, so I use that chance to recover to heal back up, and then one-shot him with Surf. Next is Water Onix, who's of course a one-shot with Thunderbolt, and Arcanine is a one-shot with Surf. That leaves us with Venusaur, who one-shots us with Razor Leaf because of a crit. We nearly got through the fight with full health, if not for the crit. Surely I can just try a few times and survive, right? Nope, never mind. I tried a bunch of times, but even on runs where he doesn't crit, he easily takes us out in 2 hits, and we need 3 to take him down. Plus, he just uses Mega Drain, and that ends up even worse for us than if he uses Razor Leaf. I don't think I need to level up too much. Maybe level 70 to 75 can win this? Now this is crazy. Only 4 levels later, and we're doing way more damage with Ice Beam, but we still go down in 1 critical Razor Leaf, and of course that's what happens the moment I got back to the fight. Okay, well, the rest of the fight is honestly really easy, so I don't think this is gonna take very long. And in classic challenge run fashion, I didn't need to do any of that level up, because on the very next try, he tries to use Solar Beam instead, throwing the fight and letting me win easily. Huzzah. That was actually a super fun run, because we could get through it at like 20 levels less than usual. It kept the pace of the game much nicer and helped keep the grinding to a minimum. It wasn't easy, but it never felt needlessly grindy. Honestly, if you're looking for like a fun challenge to try, this one's not bad. I really hope you guys like that run. The next challenge should be up next week on Saturday like usual, with something in Fallout 4. I don't know yet. It's a mystery. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. As always, I'm looking at your suggestions in the comments, in the challenge request section of my Discord channel, and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. Outro time. Sorry for no challenge last week. Personal life and work stuff was just super busy, and I didn't have enough time to be able to get an extra one done. So sorry about that. But in good news, if you want to know like what I've been doing in my downtime, what little downtime I get, I've been playing Haven and Hearth again. I haven't played that game in a few years and a few worlds. Because that's a online game where the world gets reset like every year or so. And I used to do videos on that game back in the day, back before probably most of you watch me, but I absolutely love Haven and Hearth. And the wonderful thing about it is that it's completely free to play, and you can kind of play that game on a potato of a computer. So it's been a really fun community thing, going on the Haven and Hearth section of my Discord server and just having people join in and join up with our village and stuff. That's been really fun. It was a very harrowing journey before we ever found where we ended up making our village, because Haven and Hearth is a very, very harsh game, and we were murdered many a time by many, cruel players from across the world. But eventually, I'm on my 5th character. Most people are on their like 3rd to 5th to 6th character now. We did finally find our awesome spot. We got some defenses up, and now we have a proper village. So that's really fun. It's been awesome playing that with some of the community. That's been a really fun time. And that's how I've been spending pretty much the little downtime I've been getting in between getting work done. And speaking of, I need to go cook up some lunch. And then I need to, of course, get some work done, because I need to edit this whole video today, because that's the only way that the rest of my week's plans are going to work out properly. So, oh boy, hope there weren't any editing mistakes in this that past MDB missed. Usually I like to put up these videos a few days early on like Twitter, like just I tweet out like a link to watch it early. And anyone with a link can just watch it early. You don't even need to make a Twitter account or anything. I just send out the link. And usually, if I mess up anything too bad, they'll catch it and they'll let me know, and then I can re-edit the video and re-upload it before its actual proper air date. But that doesn't always happen, and sometimes mistakes get missed, and sometimes I don't upload it early, and it just doesn't always work out that way. So I might have messed something up, sorry. Let's hope I didn't mess anything up. We'll see, you'll let me know in the comments. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.